Hi, welcome to day 60 of Yoga with Liza. Tonight, there goes Luna. We are talking about carnation. And so, carnations are absolutely beautiful flowers with a beautiful scent, and that they help with many different things. So tonight is a slow and strong practice, and today in southeastern Pennsylvania, and that's slow and strong. You'll like that. And let me see, Debbie Lou and Megan and Dorothy and Cindy, Georgia, Cynthia, Kelly, Curtis. Okay. Ethel, you're here. Great to see you. Jamie, great to see you. So, talking about carnation essential oil as we're straightening up, and I expect the kids to be signing in. That is, carnation and I have a very interesting connection, and I'll just leave it at that. I once ordered a bottle of carnation and it was completely empty. It didn't even smell like the essence. I did get the bottle replaced though at one point. So carnation flowers are an absolute, which means that they're soaked in an alcohol and then strained and then used in that way. So it's really a tincture. It facilitates and helps on all levels of heart distress, infections, harmonizer for central nervous system, and fevers. Another huge heart opener, emotional aphrodisiac, just like the pure rose. Slightly spicy fragrance, which is an attractor. However, not without boundaries. This is a rare essence. It is a rite of passage essence. So carnation is amazing to use. I've used her behind my ears. Carnations are also used in bouquets. I do not think that we eat carnations, and maybe I'm needing to be corrected on that, but I have never heard of a carnation being eaten, but is used as a flower for proms and weddings, and has a beautiful scent. It can grow wild. There's those little mini carnations, and there's the big white round carnations. All different perspectives on carnations. And so also with Valerie Ann's perspective on carnation is a perennial plant, long, thin, silver gray leaves, pink flowers, various shades, with ragged-edged petals. Is a solvent extraction. The flower is commonly known as ornamental garden plant, or known as clover pink, as the aroma is reminiscent of clove. Carnations were often sent to signify love. The name derived from the word coronation. The flowers were once formed in garlands of crowns. Principal places of production: France and Egypt. Therapeutic properties: calmative, relaxant tonic. Therapeutic uses to help with stress, insomnia, irritability, and helps us relieve a sense of loneliness. So there sums up Carnation. So I have grandchildren who are traveling in the car who hopefully are signing in, and I'm going to send a text to their mama. And so, Henry, I know it's about your bedtime, and that's okay, but I know you know your head, shoulders, knees, and toes, Henry. And I know they're traveling up in the mountains. Also want to give a shout out to Dylan, Nina, Lucas, Skylar, KK, Owen, Carson, Watson, Robbie, Michael, Kyra, Zenaida, Manny, Emrys, Jason, Jensen, James, L'Oreal, Scarlett, Olivier, Anna, Harper, Braylon, Ava, Maya, Cora, Jace, Angelo, Ricky, Wyatt, and Henry we already said hello to. And if you all don't know, this is Luna. Luna was a gift. She was born from my grandchildren's kitten, cat, and she came to live with me with social isolation. Before social isolation, Grandma was working too much to have a kitty. I was getting up, leaving the house at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and not getting home until 9, 10 o'clock at night. So one of the things is maybe we will be changing that. But she's decided that she's part of yoga. So tonight, since I know a majority of the kids are in the car, we're going to start with some breathing exercises. And we're going to bring our hands to heart center and close our eyes. And as we breathe in, smelling the carnations or lavender, roses, whatever lotus flower you choose to smell. On the exhale, blow out the candle and take a great big inhale and blow out the candle. And this time, smelling the flowers, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, and maybe setting an intention for your practice. Now, still seated, we're going to place our intention or our wish, what we would like to see happen in a positive way into our flower. An inhale, bringing the flower up overhead, shoulders come soft. Exhale, bring the hands out and around. Inhale, bringing our flower and our intention up. Exhale, out and around. So for everybody who's on the road tonight, may they have safe travels. As we bring that out and around. For everyone who's at home, may they be happy and have electricity. There's another storm coming in eastern Pennsylvania. And again, inhaling, bringing the arms up overhead And one more time, bring the arms all the way out and around. Gently bringing our hands back into heart center. I am grateful for, I am grateful for, and I am grateful for. And everybody think of the things that you're grateful for. Breath. And so since I know the kids are seated and we can begin our seated practice as adults tonight, so gently coming onto the mat in easy cross leg. I'm going to put one more light on here so that we have less of a shadow. And so, but it's fun to play shadow arts on the walls. We have a duck. And in reality, shining the light illuminates the shadows. And without the shadows, would we appreciate the light? The yin yang. So gently bring our chin to the right. Come on back through center. Bring our chin to the left. And come back to center. We haven't done this one for a long time. Hold our chin steady. Look at the finger in front of our face. Bring our eyes to the side of the finger without moving our head. Now bring that finger all the way back in through center, and we're keeping our head still, still, still as we look to the finger on the other side. Now bring our eyes all the way back through center. Hold steady. Bring that finger all the way out in front. Now, as we bring that finger in closer, 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 maybe if you have that light half moon in your nail, you can bring it all the way in to be cross-eyed to see that light half moon. Bring the finger part way out, and it's my pointer finger that I'm using. Keep it clean, kids. Inhale, bring it up, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, I'm bringing my vision down. I'm following that finger down to the earth. Inhale, bring it back up. Bringing the finger over to the side. One more time, come on back through center. Bring the finger to the other side. Bring it all the way back to center. Close our eyes. Wow, that was a lot of work on the eyes. Rubbing our hands together, making them warm, 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 warm. Gently cover our eyes and thanking them for all that they do. Releasing our hands back to heart center. If you're in easy cross leg, bring your feet up, uncross and recross. Maybe if you're sitting in the car, your feet are coming straight out in front. Let's bring them straight out in front for a minute. Point and flex, open and close, open and close. Gentle circles with our fingers, our ankles one way. Bring them all the way back around the other way. Circles, circles, circles. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. So if you're sitting in the car, your legs may stay like this. If you're on the mat, recross the legs so that the leg in front is behind and behind in front. Now gently bringing our hands back to heart center. Bring the chin to the right. Twist and come all the way over to the right. Looking back over that right shoulder. Yes, you have to keep your seatbelt on if you're in the car, and if you're driving, you're not allowed to do this. Breathing into it. Coming all the way back through center. Gently bringing the hands back to center. Twisting to the other side. And yes, you still have to keep your seatbelt on. Bring the hands to either leg. Gently look back over the shoulder. Breathing into it. And that means you too, Angelo. Breath. Feeling the breath. Gently coming all the way back to center. Bringing our knees back in, bringing our feet back out in front. Gentle circle, hands and feet one way. Hands and feet come back around the other way. Gentle circles one way, back around the other way. Gently inhale, reach our arms up. Gently, as we reach our arms up, take that right arm and gently reach over to one side. Now come all the way back through center and gently reach up and over to the other side. And gently come back through center. Bring our hands together, bring our fingers, the palms up so we're making gentle circles. Gently stretch over to one side. Inhale back through center. Stretch over to the other side. Coming back through center. Exhale, forward fold. So if you're driving, you're not allowed to do this. But if you're sitting in the car, gently hinge forward. Keep your seatbelt on. You can figure out how to do it with your seatbelt on. Breathing into it. I was working out in the garden today. She's happy to see me and have me back on the mat. Every time I go in and out, she would run around. She doesn't go outside though. Breath. Inhale, come all the way back up. Take our hands, bring them back behind. Maybe we're clasping them back behind so that they're coming this way, and you can do this with your seatbelt on. Maybe you bring them down so that they come down, all the way down to the earth, breathing into it. Bringing the chin to chest, open your mouth. And then with an open mouth, all the way up, and then close the mouth and swallow. And then gently bringing the hands back to heart center, making our flower. One more time, bringing our intention up, all the way out and around. Safe travels to all tonight. Smelling the flowers. And kids, I invite you to stay with me. Get your flashlights and help me shine the lights on the world. So you should have your flashlights and your really warm blanket, because after we shine our lights on the world, it's time to curl up and go to sleep. So I'm talking to the kids. Grown-ups, we have a practice to do. And so gently taking our lights, our love. I posted Einstein's theory of love. So in his famous equation of E equals mc squared, if you replace the E with love, energy with love, or the love of energy, energy of love, equals mc squared, love is an infinitely strong power throughout the world. And so we're going to send our love light, our Reiki energy, whatever prayer works for you that is of love and the light. And join in with us, sending this out to the whole world to create healing and understanding and peace and harmony. Bringing our hands back into heart center. One more time. This time, weaving our fingers together, bringing them straight out in front, bringing our arms up overhead, arch over to the left, inhale back up, arch over to the right, inhaling back through center, bringing our knees up and coming into our boat. Maybe your legs come straight up. Maybe you want to hold the cans up overhead. Maybe you want to use your cans. Not using the cans tonight. I'm going easy on my shoulders. Breaths. Gently cross the feet. Do that little pick me up. Maybe your feet come up off the mat, bringing the legs back out in front. Feel our boat. Spine is straight. Maybe we're lifting our cans. Maybe we're rowing our boat. Gently pick it up in the middle. I love you, kids. Bring it back in. Come back up. Third boat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Pick it up. Come on back down. Give ourselves a hug. Great big audible sigh. Gently bring the knees back around. Hands coming to the mat. Fingers spread wide. Feel our cow and our cat. Holding. Exhale, neutral spine. Plant the toes. Pick up the knees. Feel our bear. Bring our knees back down. Pick up that right leg straight back. Bring the left arm straight out in front. Bring the left arm down. Bring the right knee back. Bring the left leg straight out in front. Bring the right arm up. Bring the right hand down. Bring the left toe into the mat, pushing back through the heel. And that may be right where we stay. Maybe that right knee comes up. Bring the right knee back down. Bring the left leg in. Bring that right heel straight back. Push back through the toes. Pick up the left knee. Bring the left knee to the earth. Bring the right foot up in between the hands. The knee comes over the ankle. Come up, feel our crescent lunge. Bring our hands back through. Bring the left elbow to the right. Feeling our crescent lunge twist. Coming back through center. Straighten that front leg. Feeling kneeling pyramid. Interesting, I still have things popping up on my calendar from 60 days ago plus. Bringing that right foot back behind. Bring the left knee forward. Let's feel our crescent lunge. Bringing our hands back through heart center, twisting to the left. The bones are going snap, crackle, pop tonight. I apologize. It's why I do yoga. Keeping moving. Bringing the hands back to center. Straightening that left leg. Gently walking my hands around. Coming all the way up, arching into my left leg. Bring the right arm down. Maybe you bring it to a block. Stretch that left arm up and over. Bringing core strength. Pick up that left leg. Maybe you hold in the stretch. Take it to the next level. Bring that left foot back behind and come into a side bow. Not required. Maybe the left foot is still in the mat. Honor yourself at your edge. Bringing the left knee to the mat. Inhale up, reach down the left side, left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale, come back through center, right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale, back through center, bring the right leg to the right and gently arch into that right leg. Exhale, bring the left hand to the mat, the right arm up and over, feeling this great big side stretch. Pick up the right leg, feeling the side body stretch. Maybe your foot's holding in the mat. This engages core. Modified side plank. Gently reach back behind, coming into side bow. Breathing into it. Bringing the right knee to the mat, arch over to the right. Inhale back through center, arch over to the left. Gently push back, come back child's pose. Walk the hands over to the left. Coming all the way back through center. Walk the hands over to the right. Coming back to center. Hands to the mat, plant the hands, come on back, feel our downward dog. Gently walk our hands back to our feet. Make our knees soft. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Stepping forward with the right foot for warrior one. Back foot's 45 degrees. That right knee comes over to the pinky toe. Square off the hips. Inhale, bringing it up. Maybe you have your soup cans in your hands or your weights. Maybe you're simply using your arms. Do what's right for you tonight. Sinking down in, bringing that right thigh as close to parallel as it'll come. Bringing our hands to heart center. Now, as we shift the weight to the right foot, we're lifting up in the core as we step forward. Now, as we step back with that right foot, again, we're feeling a lift in the core as we come back. The centerpiece is engaged, bringing the pinky toe, the knee towards the pinky toe, back foot's 45 degrees, pinky toe side in the mat, square off, inhale, bring it up overhead, breathing into it. And again, maybe you have your weights up here, your soup cans, less than a pound or a pound. Bring the hands back to heart center. Gently open that back foot. Let's bring it into warrior two. And again, maybe you have your weights, maybe not. I'm choosing not to use weights tonight. I want a gentler practice. So you choose if you want more intensity. You can have the weights in your arms or not. Bring our hands in, shift, feel our wide leg, feel our star pose. Bring our hands back into heart center. Bring the right toes to the right, gently. Coming into our warrior two on the other side. Looking over that middle finger. I'm doing my Ujjayi ocean hushing sound in the back of my throat. Straightening, bringing my legs up. Let's hold here. Bring that right arm up, reverse our warrior. Exalted warrior, peaceful warrior. You can look down at your heels, keep that right knee open. Breath. Exhale, bring that right arm. Bring the left arm up and over. Easy side angle. And maybe we have that arm straight up and down, so we're using our core. Or if you have your soup cans in your hands, you're holding them. Now, inhale, bring it back up. Straighten that right leg, heel toe it in. Release the hips from side to side. Again, maybe you have your soup cans in your hands. Breath. Bring the left foot around, bring it back out. Feeling warrior two. Take that left hand, reverse, peaceful, exalted. I like to take this right hand and tuck it back behind. If you have your weights in your hands, maybe you're straightening from side up and down, breathing into it. Bringing that left arm, bring the right arm up and over. Maybe you have your soup cans, your weights in your hands. Maybe you were shoveling mulch and the shoulders, it just feels good to stretch. This time, as we inhale back up, gently bringing that right foot back around, bring our hands back behind Yoga Mudra. And this may be right where you hold. Maybe your left shoulder comes into the inside and we're doing a full humble warrior. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Bring the feet all the way back around. My arms are still back behind. I'm coming back down. Humble warrior. Releasing my arms out. Coming up, warrior three. Hands can be at heart center, straight out in front. Inhale back up, bringing the feet all the way back around. Warrior 3 on the other side. And maybe you still have your soup cans and they're out in front or heart center. Maybe you're using your hands without the soup cans tonight. Honor yourself. Bringing that right foot next to the left. Hatha Namaskare. Inhale. Bring it up. Notice how you're feeling already. Exhale, bring it back down. The warriors can be a practice. Flat back in and of themselves. Right foot back, low lunge. Plant that right hand. Pick the left hand up. Bring the left hand down. Bring the left foot back. High plank. Come on down, knees, chest, and chin. Elbows stay in for knees, chest, and chin. Gently come up. Baby cobra. Plant the toes, plant the hands. Pick ourselves up, come all the way back. Downward dog. Pick up the right foot, bring it up in between the hands. Low lunge. Plant the left hand, pick the right arm up. Bring the right arm down. Step forward. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands come through heart center. Tadasana. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot back, low lunge. Plant the left hand, pick the right arm up. Bring the right arm down. Step back, high plank. Knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Baby cobra or upward dog. Plant the toes, come on back over. Downward dog. Pick up that left foot, bring it up in between the hands. Plant the right hand, pick the left hand up. Bring the left hand down. Feel the lift in the middle as we pick that right foot up. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands come through heart center. Tadasana. Breath. Balance. Shift the weight to the left foot. Let's do sign of good fortune tonight. Pick up the right knee. Bring it to the right. This may be right where you hold. Maybe that right foot crosses onto the left thigh. And we gently bend that left knee as we come into our sign of good fortune. Sign of good fortune twist. Take the right hand to the sole, pick the left hand up. Maybe you can turn and look up to the left hand. Breathing into it. Taking your big toe into your right hand, straightening that right leg out. Bringing the right leg to the right. Maybe your knee is bent, maybe your toes back in the mat. Honor yourself at your edge. Bringing the right foot to the earth. Breath. Recenter. Shifting the weight into the right foot. Pick up the left knee. Bring the knee to the left. This may be right where you hold, right here. Maybe your left ankle comes onto the right thigh. Bringing our hands back to heart center. 5 breaths. Maybe that left hand comes to the sole of the left foot as the right arm comes up and we come into sign of good fortune twist. And smile. This is fun. Taking my left toe, bringing my left leg straight out in front. I'm being mindful of my transition. Breathing into it. Maybe you're holding your left knee. Maybe that foot is in the mat. After your 5 breaths, bringing that left foot to the left. Maybe you bend that left knee, and this is where you are. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on back down, bring it side to side. Gently side to side. Coming back to center. Inhale, bringing the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step, walk, jump, high plank, chaturanga, upward dog. Maybe you do that extra push-up. Come on back over, downward dog. Step, walk, jump, come to the front of the mat. Flat back, fold. Inhale all the way up, arms up overhead. Bringing our hands back through heart center. Tadasana. Keeping our knees together. Gently come down onto the mat. Feeling our squat. Bringing our hands to one side. Breath. Coming back around, bringing the hands over to the other side. Gentle squat twist. And if you're comfortable with a side crow, maybe you put that in on both sides, maybe not. Gently bring the hands back to center. Bring the knees to the mat. Bring the toes together. Bring the knees wide. Gently bringing our hands back around. Feeling our seated lion and roar. And one more time, roar. And one more time, roar. Gently bring the knees back together. Inhale up. Bring the hands back. Gentle camel. And that may be your edge. Maybe you bring that right arm back around and you bring that left arm back around and you come into full camel. And we're keeping our hips as if they're up against the wall. Honor your edge. How deep you come into the pose makes it your practice. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, come back down to the mat. Feel our child's pose with our hands straight out in front. Gentle rabbit, bring our hands between our face and our head and gently lift our tailbone up. Bringing our hands back behind, bringing them up and over, breathing into it. Maybe your hands are still here. Inhaling, bringing ourselves all the way back up. Gently bring the hands back to center. Bring the hips to the right, feet are to the left. Gentle twist. Bringing ourselves back to center. Gently bring the feet all the way around to the other side. Bring the right hand in, bring the left hand back around. Gently breathing into it. Now coming back through center, bringing our feet back around. And I'm going to take and do a 2-minute mini workshop on bridge pose. So if you look at where my feet are coming straight out in front, and my toes are pointing straight out in front. So when I push myself up, the feet and the thighs stay straight out in front. One way to keep the feet straight is to put the block between the shins, and these are skinny blocks. I really want one that's a little bit wider to keep my feet hip width apart. And then when I push myself up, I'm engaged and I'm keeping the legs hip width apart, as if I'm squeezing the block between the shins or my thigh. So the toes come straight ahead. In physical therapy and gymnastics, sometimes a bridge is done with the feet wider, or maybe even with the toes out to the side. That creates a different hip stretch. In yoga, we're stretching the thigh and the spine. I posted a yoga journal article on bridge today on my Facebook page. And so I thought tonight, let's do this little mini workshop. So as you come down onto the mat, maybe you have a block. If you don't have a block, maybe you have a blanket, and fold that blanket so that it makes a block. And then see, when I put this blanket between my feet, see how my toes stay to the front here. And so then when I come to the side, I'm squeezing that blanket or block, bringing my elbows to the mat. And as I'm pushing down, it brings my hips up higher. I'm pushing my big toes down into the mat. Now maybe my hands can come underneath, and I walk myself up onto my shoulders and lift myself up higher. If you have hair clips in, it just doesn't work right. So you need to take the hair clips out, take the ponytail out, so that you have evenness in the mat and you're pushing all 4 corners of that toe in. Now, maybe you keep your hands in stop sign hands and feel what that feels like. Maybe you bring your palms to the earth and push down and feel what that feels like. And then maybe you bring your palms up and roll all the way down. Now, take that blanket, bring it up over your head so that we're not going to bump into it on the mat. Bring our knees in, bring our hands to our knees. Gentle circles open. Feel the hips open. We opened the hips in sign of good fortune. Bring the hips back around the other way. Breathing into it. One more time, bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Feel as if you're pushing into that blanket. Feel your femurs coming straight out of your hips as you're pushing into the mat. So then if you were to do a wheel, you would look like a wheel because your legs are lined up. Your arms would come back behind, and when you push up, you look just like a wheel. I'm not getting into wheel tonight. We're doing bridge workshop on bridge. But this is the foundation. The legs are lined up with the hip joint. Breath. So there's 2 different versions. Exhale, come on back down. Now when we bring our knees into our armpits for happy infant, we're pointing our toes outward. We're rotating the femurs in the socket. So now when we bring the feet down to the mat, bring the knees in together, bring the arms out in a T. As we bring the knees over to the right, now we're stretching our hips. We're opening the hip sockets in this gentle twist. Bringing the knees back in together, twisting over to the other side. We're opening the hips are opening in the twist. Gently coming back to center. Heel toe the feet back in so that the femurs are coming straight out of the hip joints. Bringing the elbows to the mat. Inhale up, coming back into bridge. So we're stretching the front of the thighs, the back of the thighs, the hip flexors in the front of the hips are being stretched. Underneath, breath. Exhale, come on back down. Bring that right foot straight up as we come into incumbent pigeon. Again, we're opening, we're rotating the femur open, so we're stretching the muscles in the hip, bringing the hands back through center. Coming into our incumbent pigeon. This is a hip opener. Breathing into it. Plant the left foot. Bring the right foot over to the left. Bring the right arm out in a T. This way we're stretching the outside of the hips, the muscles on the outside, the gluteus, the psoas. Breathing into it. Coming back through center, bring the right foot to the mat. The left foot crosses over. Maybe you bring it up, stretch it out, and then cross it over. Coming into our incumbent pigeon. Breathing into it. Feeling the hips stretch. Bring that right foot to the mat. The left foot comes over. So we're opening the outside of that left hip, the gluteus maximus, the psoas, and so on. Coming all the way back through center. Planting the feet into the mat. Bring the elbows in. Toes are coming straight. Femurs are coming straight out of the hip socket. Big toes pushing in the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, come on back down. Pick up our knees. So we're sitting in a chair. Now bring our arms out in a T and gently keep our knees together as we twist over to the side. This twist is a spinal twist. The twist is coming in through the lumbar spine, thoracic spine, and if you bring your head and look to the left, you're twisting your cervical spine. Full spinal twist. Gently bring the knees together, rolling all the way through the midline, bringing the knees to the opposite side, looking to the right as your knees come to the left. Coming back through center, bringing our feet straight up in the air. Feel our legs up the wall. And maybe you come up into your shoulder stand. Take the soles of our feet together, keeping the toes up. So the hips are being stretched in yet a different direction in this pose. Bringing the pinky side of the toes to the mat, bringing our hands up overhead. So this stretches and opens the hips yet in another direction. Bringing our knees into our chest, give ourselves a hug. Gently stretch ourselves out onto the mat. Bringing yourself straight out. Bring the palms up. Great big audible sigh. Let every muscle melt into the mat. Gently taking a great big inhale in, wiggling the fingers and toes, turning the head from right to left and left to right, stretching the arms up overhead, bringing our knees into our chest, giving ourselves a hug. Gently rolling over onto the right side. Pausing and thanking ourselves. Bringing the left hand to the mat, gently pushing ourselves up one vertebrae at a time. Bringing ourselves into easy cross leg. Maybe you come onto your blanket, your meditation pillow. Maybe your mat is already on a carpet, so that's enough. Bringing our hands to heart center, hiccups. May the light within me salute the light within you. And when we are at this place, we are all the same. Namaste. Be happy, safe, and healthy until we meet again. 7:20 tomorrow night, I will be here with another plant chat, essential oil chat, or food chat. And then the kids come in at 7:30, and then 7:40 tomorrow night. I think tomorrow night may be a meditation night. I'm going to take a look at it and see what's there. We may do moving and grooving tomorrow night and meditation on Saturday night. If you have a preference, if we do moving, grooving, or meditation, we're going to do one Friday, one Saturday. Let me know what your preference is, and I may adjust accordingly. So I'm going to do the shout out, get my glasses so I can see who's here. And thank you all for coming out. And Ethel, Jamie, Nina, Tammy, good to see you. Patty, good to see you. And that means the kids were there. Michael McInnes, good to see you. Henry was there too. Cindy, always good to see you. Awesome. They all said hi. Poison Ivy. Yes, Dawn dishwashing liquid fills Napa and inbox me. So It's not letting me answer, Cindy, in the comments. So I also have used peppermint oil, but the key thing is to dry it out. So Dawn dishwashing liquid, Phelps Napa soap, and then we'll go from there if you can't get the poison ivy wash from the drugstore. Wendy, good to see you. Nanette, good to see you. Aquala, namaste. Mitch, good to see you. Dave, Renata, good to see you. Sister, you are so welcome. And it's not letting me answer them. Video went out. Well, that doesn't work too well. Donald, good to see you. All right, I will inbox you, Cindy. I'll inbox you about the poison ivy, Cindy, if you're still there.